back here in my trusty workshop to talk about West Coast Avengers. Let's get into it. All right, West Coast Avengers. So I'm going to be really honest. I was very skeptical about this. I like Kelly Thompson as a person. Her writing is pretty good, I guess. I haven't read a whole lot of her stuff, but I was a massive Gwenpool fan when it came out. So that was my major driving force for picking this up, because I was excited to see her come back as a character, and I wanted to see if, honestly, if they totally botched it. That was my goal. I'm not really familiar with any of these other characters other than, of course, Clint Barton, and vaguely with Kate Bishop, I believe is her name. I didn't read the previous Hawkeye run, so my association with Kate Bishop was actually when she popped up in Gwenpool's comic. Don't know anything about Kid Omega, and I don't know anything about Fuse. So let's get into it. From the first glance at this cover, I hate it. This, look, honestly, looking at all this, I forgot America Chavez was down here. Liked America Chavez when she was in the Ultimates, hated her when she went in her own series. That series was garbage. But yeah. I didn't like this cover. I don't like this cover. This looks... it's objectively well drawn. But it's for a person of my sensibilities, this is everything I don't like. That said, the book's not that bad. I was surprised, but it's not that bad. Essentially, you got a crisis going on the West Coast, and Kate has to deal with it, and so she calls on a couple friends to get rid of this absurd situation with these land sharks. It's actually quite funny, I thought. And because of that, they realize the West Coast needs a team to defend it. And she's kind of tasked with figuring that out, and thus all the heroes are thrust together. The art is good in the book all the way through. What is it? Stefano Caselli. Yeah, does a great job. Great job on the art. All the way through, it's really good. The writing is also quite good, considering... at times, it's a little young, modern writing for me, but more or less the characters, I think, sound how they're supposed to sound. This whole sequence was hilarious. And there's my girl, Gwenpool. So yes, my first thing, I had to read this twice because I was highly skeptical. I wanted to make sure I did it justice. Kelly got, is it Kelly Thompson? Yeah. Kelly got Gwenpool pretty close. I would say it's 85% the Gwenpool I know. Which is not as close as Cullen Bunn. Cullen Bunn almost got a spot on Gwenpool, but it's a pretty close. It's closer than most people. So I'll give it a pass for our first issue. She's been writing Kate Bishop for a while, so I'm going to assume Kate Bishop is Kate Bishop. I don't know anything about Kid Omega, but when I described him to a buddy of mine, he said that sounds like him. I hated this character in this comic. Usually you'd think, well, that's a turnoff, except everyone else in the comic seems to hate him. So maybe that's just how he's written. Yeah. Exactly. I didn't like him, so no one else does. Unfortunately, they need him because they need money, and he's got connection to money. And then there is Fuse. Let's talk about Fuse. Full disclosure, I have a bias against anyone who has piercings on their face. Not that they can't be nice people. but it looks stupid. I don't like full body tattoos, and I don't like facial piercings, and because of that, I don't like the look of Fuse. Other than that, he seems like a nice boy. Maybe a little bit try-hardy at times to be the good boyfriend. But, you know, I remember kind of being a young guy and you do everything you can to try to make your girl love you and stuff, so I get it. So, aside from him wearing a ridiculous costume and having all that stupid metal in his face, he actually turned out not to be too bad of a character. America Chavez finally sounds kind of like America Chavez, the one that I remember from the Ultimates. When she had her own series, she got really weird. She became a garbage chair character. So Kelly brought her kind of back to center where she is as a slightly angry, feisty lesbian who has way overpowered abilities. So good. Get everybody back to center. She seems to do a pretty good job. And then there's this absolutely absurd ending. And I think that's the best way to describe this book. This book dabbles in a lot of absurdity. And that is okay with me. Because I like a little bit of absurdity, especially when you're having fun. And they seem to be wanting to try to have fun in this book. Again, I can't identify with all the characters, but the couple characters I can identify with, I like, and the ones I can't really identify with, which is really just Kid Omega. Can't stand him, but no one else can, so that's good. That means I am not completely crazy, because literally none of these people like him either. So yes. I give it 3.3 out of 5. It's it's a pretty good start. Don't know if you should go out and get it. Maybe if you want, if you're a fan of any of these characters, or you're a fan of Kelly's writing, yeah, you probably will like it. If you're not, if you want to wait to see issue 2 and how that goes, that's fine too. Yeah, I surprisingly did not hate it. I expected to hate it when I saw this cover, and turns out I was wrong. I did not hate it. It was pretty good. So take that for what you will. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. It helps grow the channel. And I will see all of you next time.